All right. Tim will do hot takes. Okay.
All right, hot takes. I'm ready.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
Okay. Hot take number one. Most people aren't burnout. They're just disorganized.
So most people aren't burnt out; they're just disorganized. I would say that's partially true. Disorganization is definitely a factor in burnout, but I think that disorganization is a lack of clarity about the why, right? They lack a clarity about their purpose, their values, and their vision. Why is it they're doing the things they're doing? And then beyond that, they don't have clarity in how their schedule, their habits, and activities line up in accordance with their vision, values, and purpose, because that has to be alignment with your activities in order for people to feel, motivated, fulfilled, and to move forward in a direction, knowing that whatever they're doing is living out exactly what they're supposed to do. Because when you take action and your weekly and daily habits and actions follow your purpose, values, and vision, it really helps you to drive forward each day, to persevere uh, through the challenges, through the days we're tired, and through the days we're facing headache. And so, yeah, being disorganized around, your actions and habits, not being organized around your purpose, values, and vision, that will lead to burnout for sure.
Okay. Hot take number two. Morning routines are overrated. Consistency matters more than waking up at 5 a.m.
So morning routines are overrated. Consistency matters over waking up at 5 a.m. Well, that's really a double-edged sword because I think they're both true. Mornings matter because it's how you start your day. Now, obviously, if you work the night shift, it's different. But whenever you wake up and it's start engaging with what you need to do for your day to move forward, how you start the day is the foundation. So if you get up disorganized, if you get up and don't do something to start engaging your mind and your body and your spirit, then you're already starting off behind the power curve. And so, if you're working a normal day shift, or every weekend you wake up in the mornings, how you start your mornings are absolutely critical. My best mornings are when I get up. I have time for my body by working out. I have time for my mind by reading or listening to books and podcasts. And then I have time for my spirit by doing devotions and prayers and those type of things. And so, but the consistency of doing that is also very important. So, waking up at 5 a.m. and doing a bunch of things that aren't consistent on an occasional basis doesn't really help. And if, again, they're not aligned with the things you need to do to live out your vision, values, vision, and goals, so vision, values, purpose, and goals, then it really doesn't matter either. So the routine that is in alignment, with the things you're trying to accomplish, that's powerful. But you have to be consistent. So mornings are powerful. Consistency is powerful. And I think both of them are absolutely key to real growth and success.
Hot take number three. This might be controversial, but your friends might be the reason you're not successful.
So your friends might be the reason you're not successful. I think that's absolutely right. We are often affected by the environment around us, the people, the place, the energy. And so the people that we surround ourselves with can absolutely be key to our success or lack thereof. So if we're surrounding ourselves with people with negative attitudes, who do not have healthy habits, who have us, do things that don't lead us towards our vision, mission, purpose, goals, all that outcome, then they're definitely going to sway us away. And a lot of times in certain friend groups, if you're successful and they're not, they'll do what they can to drag you down or bring them down to your level. And so it's absolutely key that you surround yourself with like-minded, growth-minded people where you're trying to grow and succeed. That doesn't mean you can't, be a good influence to others, but you definitely need that support system surrounding you, as you, work to grow and to succeed and achieve the things you feel led to achieve. So absolutely surround yourself with the people that will help you to go to those places you feel led to go.
All right. Um. All right. So hot take number four. Um. I don't like the behind the scenes of movies because it ruins the magic and the movie.
So you don't like seeing behind the scenes of a movie because it ruins the magic of the movie. But ultimately, that's the way it is with anything. Any movie, any sports team, you're just seeing the front stage. You're just seeing the final production. What you don't see are the critical things that go into it, like the preparation, the planning, the disciplined execution, the training, all of these things that have to happen over time, the learning. Those are the things, all the things that happen behind the stage, behind the scenes. That's what it takes in order to create and execute meaningful outcomes and results. So what you see on the field, on the court, on the movie screen, on the stage, those are just the final product of what all the behind the scenes things do. So somebody who you think is in great shape, well, that takes healthy eating, disciplined nutrition, exercise, working with coaches. That has to happen over time. Sure, with that, maybe genes help a little bit, but it's not without all of the daily, weekly habits and actions. Do you see that final result? On screen, on stage, on the playing field, that all is a result of disciplined execution behind the scenes. So if you love what you see on the screen or on the field, just know that it takes a lot of off field preparation, planning, mindset, and disciplined execution of the habits over a sustained period of time in order to get there.
All right. This one would be controversial, so we might need to sip some of your coffee. Um, is pineapple on a pizza good?
Is pineapple on a pizza good? Well, I think there's so many different ways to look at things, and I'm all about trying new things and being creative. I think there's the staples and the stability we enjoy, but I think sprinkling in some new things can be adventurous. But it really depends on what you put with that pineapple. Obviously, the Hawaiian pizza, little bit of ham or Canadian bacon and pineapple, that's a great combination. Sometimes putting together two things that are from entirely different places, different flavors, you bring them together and it really creates something magical. So maybe a Hawaiian style pizza with pineapple is great. Maybe mixing the sweet and the spicy with something a little bit savory or sour creates something beautiful. So I think in some contexts, yes, absolutely. Pineapple can be great on pizza, but maybe not so great with barbecue or maybe a taco Mexican style pizza. So it depends, but it could be great.
All right. That's everything.